after AAU ball, when you guys were kids, middle school passed by, you guys ended up obviously going to high school. Court, you went to Greater Beckley Christian High School. Talk to me about that experience going to a smaller school and what that was like.
Oh man. So the eighth grade summer, for me it was a roller coaster. You know, everybody expected people out of the main middle schools to go to Woodrow Wilson, but we had a cousin that had went to Greater Beckley Christian, and you know he talked to me about it. I like the thought of it. It's different, and you know I like playing with him as well. So I had ultimately decided to go to Greater Beckley Christian, and I mean it worked out. So happy about that.
You went there your first 2 years. You ended up transferring to Woodrow Wilson, a bigger school, like you said, the school that Breland went to. What was the difference automatically that you saw when you went from private school or smaller school to the public school?
Really the people. Like I said, ninth and 10th grade, there's only 20 people, 20 people in our class. And, you know, going to Woodrow Wilson where it's a couple thousand maybe, something like that. Just being in a bigger environment. In West Virginia, they think like the play is different from single A to triple A. I mean, it is, but I mean, really like being at a single A, we beat a couple of the triple A schools. So I mean, talent is going to be where it's at. So
for sure. Breland, what was your experience like at Woodrow Wilson on and off the court?
Off the court, it was pretty great. I mean, like I said, like I made tons of friends in middle school, and then knowing I was going to high school and walking in, it was like I wasn't no stranger to the school. It was like everywhere I go, I know who this person is, that person is. Like just walk in the front doors, all I see is my guys I hoop with in middle school, AAU, just anybody I really know, friends from up the street and all around. Like classes and everything. I mean, it was smooth. I mean, it was enjoyable. Like like I said before, I had all my guys in there with me. So it was like, I mean, it was never really a dull day going to school. Basketball, I say it was really, really like intense. Coming in as a freshman, I mean, when I came in, I made freshman team, but like the workouts and everything, like we had different coaches. Like varsity, of course, varsity works harder than JV team, and JV works like just a little bit more harder than ninth grade. But I mean, it was just like right around that time, I still really didn't have that confidence in basketball yet. Like I was like for the big time moments and everything like in life, like the more you get involved with the game, like I wasn't nowhere like I'm that man, like I'm that guy to be playing. Like I'm just like an average person out here on the court just running around. But workouts, it was like really intense. It was like because I mean my body is just trying to like adjust to what I'm getting ready to. Like the new style of workouts, practice, weights, all that. But I mean, I really enjoyed all of it because I mean it did help me get to where I was.
What were you guys able to accomplish there, Court, your last 2 years there, and Breland, your last 2 years as well when Court got there and before? Like, what was you guys able to accomplish overall at Woodrow Wilson?
My first year I only played ninth grade, so I really wasn't around like to do much. 10th grade, I mean, I made varsity, but I mean, I really had to earn minutes. Like I really had to like put in the actual work in order to find me playing time. So like, I mean, I really wasn't that good either around that time. Like I was good enough to, like, in my opinion, good enough to play, but it was like, it was just hard to get out there. But I mean, we made it to the state tournament. I believe if I'm right, we made it to the semifinals. And around that time is really when I started to play because I had one coach, Coach Neighbors. Like throughout high school, I mean, I feel like I was overlooked. And like that's how I seen it. Like I was like, I'm the underdog. I'm overlooked by everybody. So it's like you hear about like because Court and all them were like doing their thing during middle school and up. So it's like you would hear about them, but there was never like you would hear like my name. So I mean that kind of hit me too, and it was like yo, like I can play with these guys. That was my head, like my mindset, like I can play with these guys. So like finally my JV coach has seen like the work I had put in and finally put me in, like told the head coach to put me in one of the games. And like to this day, like I still like remember it. Like I thank Coach Neighbors all the time for it. But it was against one of our rival schools, Greenbrier East. Came in, I think it was like third quarter maybe. And I mean, I was all like a little intimidated because I wasn't like the biggest guy out there. I was small. But once I finally got in, it was like after my first bucket, it was like, all right, I feel comfortable. Like I can like actually do what I want to do. So like finished that game out really good. Made it to semi. Like finally when I started like earning my playing time after that, I had tweaked my Achilles like I think a week before the state tournament. Didn't really play much the first game. Second game I played a little bit, but I mean it was like a great experience, like a big show. Like you got dozens of people around watching, so that was a great thing. And then finally, when Cortney came, which I was happy because they came because it was like we got our brotherhood back. Like we got everybody in here that we all played through all our life, and we all at the one school, and finally want to win a championship. Like we felt like we were that team to beat, and I still think we were that team to beat. And obviously, when they got there, like we really had weapons. Like there wasn't one guy on our team that really couldn't like get the ball scores, lock somebody up on defense, and it really made the things a lot easier because the year before that we wasn't really deep like that. It wasn't like actual basketball players. Now that they came, we actually had basketball players there. So I mean, practice every day, like it was like intense. Like we knew like tough love and not like we would get on each other, like basically make each other better. We knew that we could make each other better, and we made it all the way to the semifinals both years. No, our junior year we made it to the semifinals, and our senior year we lost to another rival school in a regional championship game.